going on, everybody? Here we go. Getting set up. Talking shit live. Rando night, let's go. Yes. All right, we got some things going on this week. Movies are out. It's summer movies. We got The Secret Invasion that came out. We weren't able to get together last week, but last week The Flash came out. So we could talk about that for good or for bad or for in between. Either way, thanks for joining us with the Collection Connection crew. We just got done shooting our movie review shows, so everybody is going to be jumping over to this one shortly. Oh, what a great week! Summer's coming. The June gloom is going away, and I can already feel it starting to get hot. It's getting hot in here. So let's take a look. Let's take a gander at some of the Flash's numbers. Flash. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's doing great. Here we go. Some friends are here.
With my fibers, they're like sticking straight out.
That's what they do.
Nice. You got that frizz action.
The
The wispies. All right, long time no see, guys. How you been?
Okay.
Oh, Tay.
Okay.
The doctor said to isolate him. I still remember that. Buckwheat's mom, doctor said to isolate him, so he was sick, and she stuck him in a bucket of ice. It was brutal.
Is that like classic Little Rascals?
That was like our gang, yeah.
Wow.
What you got?
No, this can't even pause. It's just unlike.
Oh, Nando's in the chat. What's up, Nando?
Hi, Nando. Ugh.
Yeah, Nando's here. All right, so it's been 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Liz's birthday came and went. Welcome to 48, Liz. How are you?
I am doing well. I don't know. I think I've lost my mind. I'm starting to forget things.
Not
Turned 48, and the next thing I know, I don't know what the hell's going on anymore sometimes. Yeah, it was fun. We went to a fun little restaurant, and I went dollar bin diving. Found tons and tons and tons of fun stuff in dollar bins. I like that out here. They still have dollar bins that are cool hunting grounds for finding fun stuff in. So that was cool. It was a lot of fun. And then we went out to dinner last night with the family, so it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Had a good laid back birthday.
A good 30th anniversary
Yeah,
of the 18th birthday.
that's right. Nothing wrong with that.
Right, especially because you go looking on like old TV shows and whatnot. It's like I was watching Eddie Murphy. He's a little bit older than we are, but he was like, man, I'm the same age as Red Fox was when he was having a hard Stanford and Son.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think something about the preservatives and the Twinkies we've been eating are keeping us young.
Right.
Yeah, I've often wondered about that, especially lately, is how is it that those actors that were, you know, in their prime during our youth, how is it that they all look like they're ancient compared to us? How does that make any sense?
Oh, you
Like,
mean the
wasn't-
ones that are actually our age?
Yeah, what I mean, wasn't Wilford
Like the
Brimley
Corey
like our
Feldman and
age when-
Haim?
Like Wilford Brimley was like our age when he did Cocoon.
Was he?
I think
No,
like pretty
in their
close.
60s.
No, he was like in his low 50s, maybe like 50. It's like crazy.
Carrie
young.
Fisher, right? Carrie Fisher wasn't that old when she left us.
Yeah, right. But she she looked like the road was hard.
Right? But it was though, right? Like I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you do other things, let's say you have some fun by doing drugs or doing other things, it's kind of like we only have a certain well of enjoyment that we're entitled to during our lives. And the people who are pulling hard from that well when they're young, they're depleting it at a very much more of a rapid pace.
I chalk our youthful good works to the fact that we didn't have kids.
Maybe.
Well, also
sucking the life out of us.
I look at the difference between me and other friends. Like my group, my original group that I used to hang out with, we all, video game nerds and stuff like that. Same thing. We don't have, a lot of us don't have kids or not married, and they don't look 45, 40. They look 38, 37. Like they look young. Like same thing with the guys here, like Isaac and then they also look young. Jose looks very young. He doesn't look his age. And I'm thinking it's just because our group never took anything serious. We all had a good time. We had fun. Always, into comics and video games, and never let anything bother us. So we never got stressed out. I mean, until of course you go into work, and that's when you start dealing with other people. But besides that, everything else we've been nonchalant. So that's why I think being a nerd keeps you young.
Maybe. I mean, think about I think back to the original Star Wars movie from '77. Like Harrison Ford was 24 when he did that film, but he doesn't look like he's 24. He looks like he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there are people that still think that I'm in my 30s. And
yeah, me too.
It's crazy because I'm way outside.
And I got a lot of kids, so maybe I'm the
yeah.
In my case, my second batch, because I got 2 teenagers and 2 little ones, and the little ones actually went a long way towards me taking steps to be in shape and lose weight and all that stuff. So, it was probably the opposite for me. I was up to almost 280 pounds when Juliet was born, and now I hover between 200 and 220. Depending on what snacks I feel like eating.
I guess I have to be fair though, because at the place where I work, there's a lot of folks, and there's plenty of people that are a decade younger than me that look like they're a decade older than I am. So, but I also think that they had some hard living. So I think that contributes to it.
Man, it's just a state of mind.
It could be. I mean, a lot of people think...
Somebody asked, how old are you? Oh, I'm 30. Oh, shit. I'm almost 50.
Yeah, you're right.
I always
get right.
I always get it with my younger brother. Everybody thinks he's the older brother by a larger margin than I'm the older one for him. I remember one time him and a buddy came over to help me move some furniture, and my brother introduces me to his friend, and his friend shakes my hand, he looks at me, and he turns to my brother and goes, "What the hell happened to you?" So,
yeah, my
Fuzzy's actually 18.
He's 18, but he looks like 70.
Damn.
Listen, bitches, okay? I'm 17, gonna be 18. I'm 17 and 3/4, okay? 3/4, bitch. 3/4.
Damn.
You're looking good.
Shit. I didn't need that lung. I didn't need that shit.
You were cutting back on the cigs, though. How's that going for you?
I'm still doing it, but I get days where, it just matters what I'm doing. Like this week I'm doing it's Money in the Bank on wrestling, so everything on my Whatnot stream is all about Money in the Bank. So tomorrow's Money in the Bank mystery bag.
What does that mean?
Just it's mystery bag, fucking yeah. But I literally have, so every bag will have 2 signed books. It might have a full-blown sketch or a remark in it from an artist, and then another book for $10. So you can't get that nowhere else. I'm taking after Nando. He did a $30 short box. I'm making a fucking thing that's worth $50-$60 minimum and charging only $10 for it just to get you in. And then if you get a golden ticket, you get to get a shot at a slab. So that's Tuesday.
You gonna put some chocolate in there too?
Wow.
No chocolate. And then on
Or a
Wednesday,
Cobra coin?
yeah, that's right. And on Wednesday we're doing the mystery, it's Money in the Bank minifigures. There's 20 slots. If you pull them, and every one of them has a Star Wars minifig in it. And if you pull out one of the minifigs with a briefcase, you get in for the drawing of one of the sets. So that's, so that doing that, I smoke a lot because I'm trying to get everything together and stuff. Or if I'm writing something, smoke a lot. But if I'm just sitting there with my thumb up my ass, or Steve's up and thumb up my ass, one or the other, then I try not to smoke too much.
Hey, it's Money in the Bank this weekend, right?
Saturday, yeah, but it's at fucking 12, dude.
I know.
It's like, fuck, I can't have a party at 12, dude. My neighbors would kill me. Neighbors would kill my ass, dude. That's lunchtime.
Midnight 12? Or
No,
early 12?
lunchtime. Lunchtime 12.
So what? Let's do this.
Oh, we're gonna do it. I mean, I just got to apologize.
Hey,
in advance.
you missed. Did you watch the?
I didn't know. I didn't get to watch it.
Oh, Brian, I have to find you that link for the for one of the good fights on this past Sunday.
Yeah,
the Kenny Omega fight. You need to watch it, dude. I need to show your kids that fight.
I saw part of that one in the Daniel Bryan in the Ring of Honor.
That was boring. Yeah,
that was good. I thought that was pretty good.
That was so boring compared to the Kenny Omega Ospreay. I need to show the kids that. I need to show them that one because that one's.
Well, your buddy Cole here fucking made my wife drive him to GameStop so he can pre-order the AEW game. Yeah,
that's my boy.
I was dying laughing. I'm like, we just got WWE. It's not AEW day. We need AEW. I was like, fuck.
He's converting.
Dude, check out what I got. Mexican variants.
What?
Wow. I have that
Hombre Araña, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that the foil?
Yeah, the foil ones.
The foil ones. Yeah, I got all those. Yeah.
They were like one of the guys that I hang out with. He fucking got like those. I guess they were in mystery bags or whatever. There's like 3 of them in there, and he got a whole stack of them. He's like, I don't want these, and he just gave them to me. I was like, cool. So he gave me that, and he gave me fucking. Oh, Nate, you'll love this.
Oh, nice. You want to see something cool?
Old Man Comic Tom has a stack of these things.
That's the one.
Does he have the Gambit
That's the one that I have the plans for.
No Gambit. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, that's right. The one that you were on the show for.
The one that you were sucker.
He has a bunch of the X-Force ones, dude.
Oh, I want to go get them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna see him on.
Yeah, don't you shake your head over there. Don't you shake your head.
Did he have the Magneto version? I never got the Magneto one.
That's hard to get.
No Magneto, no Wolverine. Like that. Literally, he had 2 rogues, so I took one. I was like, I'm taking this, dude. You got 2 of them. You can make money on the other one. And then there was another one that I almost have, but I want, what's it called? Bishop, and I want Cable. Because they had the hand that flipped the guns. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, see, me and Nate are X-Men brothers.
So they got it signed in Pasadena.
And then fucking, I got these dumped off on me, Pokemon cards.
Pretty cool.
And I got a bunch of graded ones and shit like that.
And those X-Men, do you have a Phoenix?
I don't have a Phoenix. See,
Which ones do you have?
I'll take a picture of what he's got when I see him, and I'll put it in the group, and then you guys tell me which ones you want, and I'll just take them.
Yeah, cool.
So that way you guys can see it. Hey, Liz, happy birthday. I didn't get to see you, when your birthday was, so happy freaking birthday.
It was Thursday.
There you go.
Yeah,
Thursday.
Thursday.
Like I said, that was Josh when he took me dollar bin diving. He's like, what do you want to do? I'm like,
ooh, it's going to get hot now. Here we go. Talk about that dirty dude.
the trade-off was is that we got to have lunch at a place that I like, and I got to have orange mocha
got it, Nando.
frappuccinos.
What?
You just lost credit over here, fool. It's a poop like that. You had an orange
Whenever we go to these
frappuccino.
places that
You
like
that came out your mouth.
the shakes and stuff like that, and it says that they do like the orange, you know, the creamsicle or whatever, and then they have a mocha. He's like, "Can I like mix?" They're like, "Oh yeah, the flavors are up there. Go ahead." And they're like, "Yeah, can I get an orange mocha one?" And they're like, "What?" And then
Now,
the one waiter goes, "Is that from Zoolander?"
yeah, I was gonna say, I was about to say the Zoolander. I'm like, can you put the gif of them driving on the Jeep?
Yeah. So every time we go someplace and they have that stuff in there,
Oh,
and
I was
they're mixing
literally about to
that,
say
she'll
Zoolander.
order it.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
Earth to Fuzzy. Those are the best drinks ever.
I've never. All right, I'm gonna admit it here live. I've never seen Zoolander.
Oh my
Going
god!
I've never watched it.
damn
on
you,
the list.
damn you,
Jesus.
I have never watched my. That's my wife's favorite movie. Like,
Dude,
she
that's
loves
awesome
Zoolander.
freaking movie.
I got all the way up to where they did in the beginning where they were doing the like that and shit like that. I was just like, okay, I'm done, and I just turned it off. I was like, no, I can't
my
watch
God.
Fuzzy.
This just goes to
That's about how
It's
far
that
I got when I
movie
tried to watch
that
it too.
Fuzzy and I
Nah.
share the same brain.
Jesus Christ!
You
I
guys did me the great honor of introducing me to the Breakfast Club. I'm gonna do you the great honor of introducing you to Derek Zoolander.
You know what sucks? You know what? You know the worst part about being me in our endeavor? You guys can have random shit pop up and not do it. I have no escape.
Not only does he have to film
Wait a
it, but
minute.
then he has to go back and edit to read.
I
so
don't,
he gets to,
I don't
like, think about it
understand. I don't
twice.
understand. What do you mean we don't have to do it? We were in for the long haul, buddy.
No, you're there, you do it, but you haven't. You don't have 100% participation.
Well, that's true. That's true. I probably missed.
And
like,
Zoolander would be the one of the ones where if I could like inconveniently get sick that day, then I would.
Somebody else needs to host that day.
Nah, man.
Dude, Zoolander
This
is
is-
awesome.
This is way better than Solaris, dude. I promise. Way
That's-
better.
that's
Zoolander's up there in comedy.
Way better than Holy Mountain.
yeah, but
is
you
it
know
better
what?
than Beastmaster?
I'll tell you what though.
Hey.
I am bummed that we didn't watch those with Fuzzy.
Oh,
No, but that restaurant was cool. It's like a shake and like
It's an old pharmacy converted into like a burger joint.
yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And then 2 doors down is the record/comic book store.
Right.
That's the one that has like I was saying, he's got probably 100 long whites just full of dollar bin, but it's all under the table, so you have to like get down.
Did you find anything good?
Yeah, there's Josh.
She only went through
I
5
only
long
went through
whites
5 long
and
before-
spent like
So I
$45 in dollar
I
comics.
started on the one side, and I'm just I'll do these 5, and then I'll come back in another week, and I'll do the next 5, and then I'll come back. You know what I mean? Because I could.
He's in the back
probably-
twisting his mustache, planning to move the boxes around.
That's one of those things though too, because I know I left stuff behind because I knew these ones would sell quicker than these ones would. But if I go back and find them, I'll pull them, kind of thing.
When you go back, bring a Sharpie with you and do like the Dwight said to do with the baby, like make
Just
a
put,
mark
like, a
on him.
little-
Like every time he passed it, so like when you walk in, you could look, go went through, and there we go. Start there.
So I found some fun stuff. I found a bunch of. I know you're gonna laugh. The X-Force #1. The
Yeah,
polygraphic-
boy.
But I found him with the Cable cards and the Deadpool cards.
Ooh.
Okay, there
Bunch
you
of
go.
them. So he had like I think I might have picked up Shatterstar too.
Yeah.
Left the other ones behind, but I got like
Those
a stack of
Deadpool
them.
cards by themselves are worth a lot of money.
Yeah, so I'll put some of them sealed up, and then I'll open some of them and I'll check the cards and
Now you're talking about language.
get graded. If there's any image stuff that you're missing, I guarantee you I will find them underneath that. I did, I found the Willis Portaccio connecting cover for Team 7.
Oh, those are
Blue
awesome. Yeah.
background.
Those
that
are
was
so
there.
cool.
I got it because of that. And they're not That's the thing, is that sometimes they're not super expensive, but I know that people go for it. It's one of those things, like, that's the guy that he buys these collections, he pulls out the big expensive books, does the Facebook Live like sales for them, prices out the $10 and above books and puts them in his bins, and then the rest of it goes into the dollar bins. And once it hits the dollar bins, he never goes back through those to pull anything out that's like hot or anything, because he doesn't know where anything is down there. So it's kind of cool.
Does he have any old trade paperbacks or not trade?
I'm trying to think. I think he had, towards on the back end, he had a shelf that had trade paperbacks on it. I didn't really look through that part of it, because I was like, well, let's see what's in the bins. He's got good selections of stuff in the bins, but he prices them a little bit higher, But there's some good runs of things that he has in there. I was mainly, and then he's got toys like tacked up on but they're hanging up on the walls and stuff. So
but there's also no organization,
for it.
You'll find Star Wars and
so you found Jay.
Well, kind of, but because like the priced books in the bins on top are alphabetized or in numerical order and things like that. But anything that he doesn't want to make, anything that's a priority, it's organized. So the comics and the records, even on the record side, they're organized. But the dollar bins, no, it's just like you could just go through it and you'll find all kinds of weird shit in there. It's kind of fun. So found old like D&D comics and old TSR stuff. It's like I always look for the oddball weird stuff, because that stuff sells. I'm surprised every now and then I'll like buy like a book and I'll be like, PC Comics. I'm like, what the hell's a PC comic? But it was a space comic, but it was a Christian comic. It's about Jesus in space, kind of like it's like the
fuck yeah.
I guess the Mormons put it out, and so it's weird.
You talk to the hat.
It's $20-$30 for those comics from that publisher, and I'm like, oh crap! And then that's where I found the abortion comic, the safe sex one where it says to like, remember the one that you kept to like.
You found that there?
No, well, I found it in a dollar bin.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say I think we had that longer than that. We found that place. So.
Yeah. And then there's another guy that he's a I don't know. I can't get a beat on that guy at the other place. The store is really nice,
half asleep.
But he's half asleep or stoned or both. I don't know. Like, he's an older guy.
He has on his front window the world's greatest comic book store, so we had to go in and check it out.
Yeah, we had to test it out. But when you walk in, it's funny because you walk in and one of his whole racks, it's all Bad Idea comics, all the whatnot, like, you know what I mean? All the do you poo stuff, like, on all this, like, one, like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool, whatever. But then his dollar bins, he's got a lot of, he has more independent, like, dollar bin diving. So, like, Franken Rocker and, like, weird stuff like that.
Do you think those guys are in cahoots and not crossing the streams?
No, because they're in the same city, but they're not next to each other, and they run their stores completely different. Like, you walk into the second store and it's brighter, it's cleaner, it's more like,
it feels more like a regular comic book store.
It does. Where the other place just feels like you're walking into like a thrift store, like an army surplus store, but instead of having that, it's got comics and records,
toys,
and Pokemon. He does Pokemon cards and
J&J then.
Yeah,
kind of.
Like that.
Yeah, that's more if I have to like equate it to J&J. Whereas like the other store is a little bit more like, I want to say comic tunes and toys maybe.
He was playing some old John Wayne stuff where John Wayne was Genghis Khan. Great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
oh, Josh.
It was
my kind of thing.
It was a lot of fun.
Right?
It was good times. So I'll probably go back next week and But this week,
when
maybe?
actors could play roles because they were good at it, not because they were exactly the same as what they were playing.
So it was fun. It was good. I liked it. I can't wait to go see what kind of trouble. Because the first time I went in, I only looked through 2 boxes and walked away with, $30 of stuff. So it's like.
So, some movies came out over the last 2 weeks. One of them being The Flash. Was anybody besides me able to catch this wonderful movie?
I saw it.
I saw it.
So,
I'm sorry.
like, there was a movie called The Parent Trap with Haley Mills. Haley Mills as a little girl.
And Lindsay
They were-
Lohan.
Yeah, again with Lindsay Lohan, and that won't even still hold up for the sake of the argument I'm going to make. So they have the same person on screen at the same time with themselves, and they were able to do it.
They also did that with
Convention.
Double Impact. Let's not forget Double
That's
Impact.
true.
But
That's
no,
true.
you can't compare it. But Double Impact is up here. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 Van Dams, okay? 2 Van Dams. You can't top that, dude, okay?
It's too
He had
damn
us do
dark.
Double Impact. We did Double Impact, man.
I
Yeah.
hated Double Impact.
I love
good.
Double Impact.
Double Impact's awesome.
I love
I
Double
think we got
Impact.
6 views on
Two
that.
of them. That's the best commercial I've ever seen for a movie. They would always show it, and you would show that one shot of that one Asian guy. There's 2 of them, and it would cut to the shot of Van Damme turning around, going,
It's Jean-Claude Van Damme and
"And
Jean-Claude
Jean-Claude
Van
Van Damme."
Double the Van
Let
damage.
Nate finish his
Sorry.
analogy.
Sorry, Nate. Go ahead.
Go,
With
go,
your-
go. Sorry.
With your satin pants, with your satin underwear.
Sorry, I can't lift my leg.
So how come we go 50 years later than the first Parent Trap, where they had Haley Mills on screen with Haley Mills as her twin, and they could do that convincingly, and we have all this technology, and you can't get 2 Flashes without having shitty CGI on one of their faces? Like, it boggles my mind that you spend the money, you get these effects happening, and then the ball you drop on the effects is the twin face shit. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
That's your problem with the movie? I heard it was
Uh,
much.
That's just, I mean, that's the pre.
The movie itself wasn't that bad.
It was
CGI
okay.
the CGI was like James said, the CGI was not good. They could have, supposedly the reason why the CGI was like that was they were trying to make it seem how the Flash sees the world when he's going so fast that everything's blurry, and
Right, it was
Yeah.
okay.
that
He's
you know,
going so fast that the babies look like the dancing baby from Ally McBeal in,
Yeah,
in
basically.
They
1998.
try to mansplain it.
basically.
Look, man, like it has a ton of good moments in it. Like the Keaton stuff, fucking what I paid for. Like I've said it 100 times, dude. Give me the Keaton shit, and they made Keaton badass in this movie. Like he was fucking dope.
Oh,
Like,
he was awesome.
he was kicking everyone's ass, like way better than in the Tim Burton shit. Like where he was doing stunts, I was like, oh, I know that's a stunt double, but god dang, that looks awesome. Like fuck me, that looks
Yeah,
so badass.
he was great on it.
Yeah, and his delivery of lines was good, and everyone's giving a shit about Ezra Miller. He wasn't bad. And
He wasn't bad.
good either.
I
Yeah,
don't think he was bad at all.
Though. And what?
Go ahead,
dude.
Nick. No, go ahead, Nick.
So I think there's 2 things I think is wrong with this movie. Okay, one, we saw a way better version of this same story on TV. The Flash, they literally just did the same fucking storyline. You know what I mean? And they did it way better with less budget and no name actors. You know what I mean? Like fucking that's that.
Or the cartoon version was dope too.
But that's
Yeah,
different.
no,
You
yeah,
can't,
I
you can't
agree.
compare the cartoon fucking with an actual movie.
But the story, like, but at the same token, it was fan service. I think to a DC fan
Thank you, James.
to the fullest, down to like the little cameos they were giving us. You know what I mean? Like they literally brought people back from the dead, and I was just like I teared up. I was like, oh shit. Oh, fight it back, Nick. Fight it back. Oh, God. Because I was like, dude, like, I don't want to spoil it. I'm gonna say it in 5 seconds. So if you don't want to hear it, plug your ears. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They brought back Christopher fucking Reeves, dude. Like, they brought him back, dude. Like, he legit.
What
like,
they did. Here's the thing, though. What they did with him. Here's the thing. I liked to see him, but they didn't show him doing anything other than standing there looking.
Well, that's fine. Well, what do you want to do? Fight?
They could have did that with just a picture without having to be shitty CGI.
But then they gave us. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it again. 5, 4, 3,
well,
2,
just say spoilers
1.
the whole time because we're gonna
George Reeves.
Yeah. They gave us George Reeves, and they gave us Nicolas Cage fighting the fucking tarantula, dude. The story we've heard for fucking millenniums that never got made. We saw
that was
it
awesome.
happen.
When I saw that was awesome.
I stood up and clapped. I went, "Fuck yes, thank you."
You're not selling me on this movie at all.
No,
I'm not.
It
trying
was so
to.
good. That was good. I was like, when I saw Nicolas Cage, I was like, hey, I was just like you. I started clapping. I'm like, yes,
John. I thought the other Ezra was gonna become him. Like me and the kid both, because we love the Flash show, so we're like, oh shit, he's gonna become Reverse Flash. Like, fuck
bullshit.
yeah, dude. Like, this is gonna be awesome.
James just trying to be a DC hater. He was laughing the whole time. He was next to me. He was laughing the whole time, clapping. He's like, oh, that's cool.
James, I sent you a link to your messenger. If you want to talk
all of a sudden, he's out. I was clapping, but it was terrible. Get the fuck out of here with your nonsense.
Hey, bring James. Come on, we got to tell him about the movie 2 watch that we saw
and
we were surprised about
with the Flash. Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
The movie wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But Nick, you're right. There's portions of the Flash, and same thing you, Nick. You're right. There's portions of the Flash that could have been better, like the running, right? The Flash running. We've seen it better in the CW, the way the Flash runs. He runs way better. Also, what's that shitty ass movie from Marvel, the Elementals or whatever they're called, the Eternals. That girl Flash was great. That was the only good part about the movie. The way they used her as a Flash, and the way she ran, better graphics than what they used on here. And if they would have used actual Reverse Flash, it would have been 100 times better than the second Ezra.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I see what they were trying to do, but I would rather have Reverse Flash. The thing that I did not like on the movie the most part was the bowl, the whatever they call it, the speed bowl, I guess. When they're running backwards, and you see that's when you see all the stuff, like the images,
the timeline.
Yeah, I just didn't like that because usually on the like on any
Speed Force.
Well, the Speed Force. No, but this was not the Speed Force. This was it was like a bowl. It was just it was not. It was supposed to be the Speed Force, but they made it look. It just didn't look right. And then
it looked like you were rewinding a videotape.
Yes.
Like they had to go backwards. And
backwards.
The images going backwards.
It just didn't make sense. So that's the portion that I did not like because usually when the Flash runs, you'll see everything on the sides, like
Supergirl kind of got on my nerves. I was digging her for like 2 seconds.
I dig Supergirl.
Oh, dude, she was hot. She was hot.
That was it though. Like literally, like the whole time she was talking, and I was like,
taking bets with Josh is to say when they said Supergirl, which one of you goops was gonna say she's hot? And then that was like the quality of the character because she's hot.
That was it. Like when she opened her mouth, I went, shut up. I was like, shut the fuck up. And then like the curl that they gave her, I was like it was like you know when you see those cartoonists draw like funny pictures of you, like riding on a little car and shit like that. That's what it looked like they did. They had that artist draw Supergirl's face because her fucking curl, like Superman's curl, comes like right to his eyeball, right? Hers went down to like her chin and shit.
Well, that's her hair. The whole hair was up to her chin.
It was short cut, yeah.
In the back,
one
but the front,
and then one.
Liz, she had a girl cut from the short from the back, long to the front, like the old like the '90s haircut, like the girls used to have back in the day. That's what she had. It's a.
What was her haircut?
Rando.
It's like it
She
was like
hot. If
like,
she was a president, she'd
short,
be Abraham Lincoln.
short behind, and it goes like long.
Good
from the bottom
evening.
to the front. Like her
Oh, I
bangs
know
are long.
what you're talking about.
All right,
Yeah,
zombie.
it's just a '90s haircut. Basically, that's what it was.
Step
You know?
in here and speak the truth, dude. Tell them what movie we saw that blew every movie away.
Testify.
It was fun. It was a fun movie. But yeah, the CGI was awful. They had a lot of great cameos and Easter eggs. The humor, yes, it was funny, but a lot of times it was over the top, very slapstick. Steve always makes fun of.
First
Steve
of all,
always complains about Marvel
you
movies
guys
and their
complain
quip,
about
and this
being
was
dark,
like
and
full
now they
on
make
like,
jokes, and
hey,
now
look at
too
me.
slapstick. Now it's too
No,
slapstick.
the best Easter egg. Again, we're gonna spoil it. Okay, you ready? 5,
We already
4,
said spoilers,
3, 2.
Dick.
Okay. George Clooney shows up as Batman at the end of the fucking movie, dude.
Oh, that
Like
was awesome.
I laughed so loud.
That was funny as fuck. I didn't see that coming. I did not
Yeah,
see
that was good. It was
good.
nice. It was nice to see all of these different iterations of Batman in this kind of weird mix. But this is a Flash movie. What are we doing with all these different Batmans?
Right.
Well,
No,
It's like a
I-
Lego set.
It's part of Flashpoint.
It's like a Lego set. You can't
I
sell a DC
agree
Lego set
that-
without including Batman in it.
100%. It should have been Reverse Flash involved somehow.
Yes.
I wasn't unhappy with who the quote bad guy was in the Chronodome or whatever. I didn't mind who that was because that was a nice little thing, but I don't know. Just the interactions between the two berries, it was funny, but it was like they made non-Flash Berry like super stonery, like that kind of weird. Like,
yeah, he was over the top, like you said. Like even I was like,
way
Stoner
over
don't
the
act
top.
that way. I don't. You're giving me a bad
But
name.
it didn't make sense because like when James said, well, cause I was asking James about what's her name, James, the black girl, what's her name?
And she was
Iris
horrible.
Huh?
Iris.
Yeah, she was bad.
Iris.
Horrible.
Oh, Iris was horrible. She was so
Yeah.
bad. But I didn't remember her on the first movie until James was letting me know when.
Yeah, well, Steve, like as soon as Steve sees her, he's like, like, what did they do to my Iris West? And I'm like, yeah, that's the same Iris West from Justice League. What do you want? It was the weird like hot dog fondling scene.
Which I did not remember that until he showed me the clip later on. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. But then it didn't make sense because that was the first time they met each other in college. But that Flash was way different than the Flash in the movie. So it just didn't make sense.
And she was much better when she didn't say anything and was flying through the air
That is crazy.
with hot dog.
Did they bring Terrence Stamp back as Zod? That's all I need to know. Did Terrence Stamp come back as Zod?
Hold on.
He was good.
Terrence Stamp came back as Zod? It's not the other guy?
No, she's talking
No,
about.
no.
Oh, no.
She's talking about Neil before Zod.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They brought Helen Slater back as Supergirl though. Like you see Christopher Reeve step up like that, and then fucking Helen Slater popped up, and I went, ah!
Yeah, again, the cameo, the Easter eggs, and I don't know if you can really call them cameos because none of those people were in the fucking movie.
They're like scameos.
Like Nick Cage was not in the movie. He could have been in the movie.
It's a cameo though. It's the same thing.
Is it though?
It's a cameo.
It's an Easter egg. It's more of an Easter egg than a cameo. They're not in the fucking movie.
Bastard. They ain't paying that bastard. Let's digitally make that fucker. And they made Nicolas Cage.
He had to get something for that though.
Oh, I'm sure he did, but I'm just saying, like,
You know, he was happy with that. He always wanted to be Superman. So
you mean I don't have to actually work and I get to be the character and I get to be in the movie, I'm in. Sign me up.
It's
like
funny.
that,
It's funny that people are talking to all this shit. Someone actually put the whole movie on Twitter. 1.5 million people watched the whole movie on Twitter.
Another reason why nobody's going to the theater to watch
Because
it.
everybody watched it on fucking Twitter. And everybody's like, oh, everybody's talking shit. They don't want to watch it. Yet 1.5 million people actually watched the movie. I was like,
that's also going to be worldwide, Steve.
Anything for it. It was free. People don't want to pay for it because it's trash.
And 1.5 million people around the world, that's not a lot.
It wasn't trash. I'm telling you, it was okay.
It was fun. It was absolutely a fun movie to watch.
Sell a movie on cameos, bro.
No, but we're not.
That's the memorable parts. That's the memorable.
The plot sucked. Ezra sucked. The CGI sucked.
First of all, Ezra didn't really suck. He wasn't bad.
Listen.
How can you say so? You didn't even watch the movie. What are you talking about?
I don't need to put my.
Ezra was loads better than he was in any of the Fantastic Beast movies. He was. He actually had personality in this movie.
No, those were not trash. Now,
I know it's a low bar.
Can you hit him, please?
But it's still better. He actually did some acting.
Listen. It was what it was. Like, they sold it. The way they sold the movie is how they should have sold the movie with Michael Keaton, fucking, because that was like, that was the best part. Yeah, like that was they sold it smart. Like, I was like, okay, because I think they saw it and they went, this is the only thing that's going to save us from this fucking movie. You know, is people wanting to see Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and you know what? The sucky part is that it hurt. Because if Flash would have been good, if they would have done okay on money wise, supposedly they were gonna do a Batman Beyond with Keaton. But since Flash,
the thing is if they did, they're judging Keaton poorly because Keaton did well.
No,
his Batman scenes did well.
But
even all the Batman shit was dope. Even Batfleck's scenes were dope.
Oh, Batman, he was great on this.
Well, like Nando said, dude, he literally has played Batman in movies more than anyone has, and he never got his own Batman movie. That's crazy, dude. Like, that's a fucking crazy thing to think about. Like, that's nuts. But
Batfleck was really good. He was really, really good on this movie. And
but the CGI was awful.
You could tell right away that it sucks that he's already older, because you could tell from, it's already been 10 years. So for the first, around 10 years, for the first Batman versus Superman to now, you could tell right away that Ben is already, a lot older.
Yeah, that bluish like shroud thing that followed him around on the bike on the motorcycle was terrible. Because is that supposed to be your cowl? Is that supposed to be your cape?
Oh, the cowl was fine. What are you talking about?
No, it looked awful, Steve.
Listen, I'm gonna cheer everyone up because me and James got to see a fucking amazing movie before we saw Flash. It's called The Blackening, dude. Okay, let me tell you, me and James died laughing throughout the whole thing. And Jada, I'm telling you, you need to watch this movie. Like, it's right up your fucking alley because of the fact that they literally it's every PC thing now, and they just go, it's the greatest fucking movie. I was laughing so hard, dude. This guy, it
was good because it was a horror. It was one of those horror thriller, killer in the house kind of things. It was what it was supposed to be and what it was making fun of at the same time.
Yeah,
they did a pretty good job with that.
And I mean, literally down he opens the board game and it's got the blackface guy on the front on the ground, like it looks like Jumanji board, and it's like right in the middle is blackface. He goes, what did he say? He said, like, it's fucking
It's out now.
Yeah, me and James went and saw it.
It's been it's been out already for a while. No one even knows.
So is this like just a black cast for like scary movie?
But it's not that slapsticky. It's not. Okay. It's not like
I
that.
saw a bunch of previews for it, and I wanted to see it, but I'm not seeing it pop up at the theater. I mean, maybe it debuted like below. That sucks. I wanted to see that one.
Well, it came out the same week as Flash and Elemental. So, those two movies are going to take any attention from it.
But it was legit good. Like I was shocked at how much I liked that movie. I went into it with James just like going like, oh, let's check this out.
Man, we live in such a dumb time. God, the Blackening versus the Flash versus Elemental. What a trio of trash. My God.
No, I think you like the Blackening. That looks like
look, the Blackening is probably the best of the three, but think about what that means. think about that.
I agree. Like when me and James were walking, I looked at him. I said the same. I go, this is probably gonna be better than the Flash because we hadn't seen it yet. I was like, this is probably gonna be better than it.
Do you guys remember when summer movies would actually compete for like epic greatness? And now we're saying like the Blackening is the big hit of the summer.
You know what I did see?
I wouldn't say that.
We saw No Hard Feelings.
I almost went and saw that this
It
week.
was good. That movie had heart. And Jennifer Lawrence does a fully nude fight scene.
Yeah, that's the only thing I want to see it for.
And you know where they got the idea from? It was from a Craigslist ad. Like this was a legit Craigslist ad, and the writer fucking saw it and decided to make a fucking movie out of it. So
Mission
that was
Impossible
why I
is going to be coming out this summer, so that should be the best summer movie.
Oh, Mission Impossible is going to be good.
No, that looks really good.
Maybe we'll do that this weekend.
If we could find the time.
Me and the kids are watching all the Mission Impossibles. We're up to number 3 right now, and I showed him the second one, and my kid looked at me. He goes, "Where's all the?" Because it's a John Woo film. He's like, "Why are there so many doves?" I was like, "It's a Woo thing. In the Woo world, there's doves everywhere."
Mission Impossible 2 just was a completely different direction.
Oh, dude, it's awesome still though. Like it's still.
So there are so many mask over mask over mask.
The guitar, I like that's like my favorite Mission Impossible theme is in that movie because it's like Limp Bizkit's guitar. It's like dun, 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 and he's beating the shit out of people. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, this is awesome.
Now I know why you want to hate me.
Hey, I found out that if you guys want to go see Indiana Jones without having to pay for tickets, you can go to eat at Applebee's.
I'd rather not eat at Applebee's.
Spend $35 at Applebee's, and I'll give you free tickets to go see the Indiana Jones movie.
But then I paid $35 to Applebee's.
But you have to go to Applebee's.
Spend $35. They'll give us a free ticket to Indiana Jones. We're going to Applebee's, and I will be a reporter from Indiana Jones.
There you go.
One ticket for $35.
I'm surprised that they didn't go for like Norm, something for like old people's restaurant.
Right? No, it wasn't. Applebee's.
Norms?
Yeah, they got for like Norms.
Well, Applebee's is where the old people go to drink, so they figure you get a $35 bar tab. They're like, go see a movie, sober up.
Yeah, it was popping up today. I was watching Paramount Plus, and the commercials in between. One of that was for that, and I was just like, wait. It hasn't even been out for like a week yet. They're already like, here, take our tickets.
Think about that.
Take them.
To
go to Applebee's and take it.
To add to the level of stupidity of the time in which we live, that you got to go to Applebee's so you can get free tickets to an Indiana Jones film. Guys, we're almost
cross promotion.
We're almost at the bottom of the cultural roller coaster. We're going down fast, real fast. Pretty soon, the best movie in the theater is going to be that fart film from Idiocracy.
Nope, the best movie is going to come out. It hasn't come out yet. It's not Mission Impossible, ladies and gentlemen. It's Strays. I have a feeling in my gut that Strays is going to be that runaway hit.
Dog one.
About the dog at the top.
It's this movie.
Look, you made him take his glasses off.
Oh my god. Nick and his shitty ass movies.
You're gonna make him cry.
Can we turn that shit off?
Let's go see Disco Fighter.
Oh my god. Oh, you know what? Secret Invasion's out. We never saw that.
I watched the first episode.
It was a good episode. It was a slow burn. It was a little slow burner.
Yeah, first episode was okay. Very. It's just setting up the paranoia.
Yeah.
Secret Invasion. Are we there now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. We haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to ruin it.
No, it's fine. Ruin it because
The biggest talk
it's
of
already
the whole
ruined.
thing
It's
though
out.
has been the
AI.
AI
It's
intro.
already out.
It's
ruined.
already ruined because of what they did to Nick Fury and Captain Marvel. It's already. I don't care.
Okay,
I don't
well,
care.
I mean, they already killed. I'm not gonna say who they killed, but they already killed a major character in the first fucking
That's
episode.
what I heard.
Is it Maria Hill?
Yes.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah.
To which I say, who cares? Who
Hey,
cares?
she's a pretty big character though.
Not anymore.
Who?
Not only
Not
not
anymore.
the dead character, but still, like she's supposed to be a big character.
Nobody's
Wait, is it
a big
actually-
character post Endgame.
Is it
Nobody.
actually Maria Hill or is
Yeah.
it this robot?
It's
Yeah,
the real
because
one.
she didn't turn
Those, like,
back into a
clone
scroll
bots
after
that
she
you
died.
No,
always
it's
mix.
the real one.
Because it was the real one in the comic book too. We thought, but it wasn't. It was one of her machines.
No, this one was the real one.
Colby's
But
like, you know what?
But I'm
I
liking
think
the
I gotta
new
jump out of this shit.
Angry Scrolls.
Fucking
The
scroll.
the young Scrolls.
Rebel Scrolls or whatever.
Yeah.
How closely does this follow the actual Secret Invasion comic?
No.
Gotcha.
It has its name. It
So
has
you're
its
telling me
name.
I just read a 125 issue crossover series for nothing?
Well, no, that's a great series though. That's
Yeah, I
a
was
good
gonna
series.
say, I mean, you got a good story, right?
That comic, no. So that's the thing, is that comic series could have been the 7-issue like main story and like maybe 5 or 6 ancillary storylines. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
major characters. So, no, dude. Like, and I'm reading it digitally, and it's taken me like 3 months. And I'm reading like three to 4 comics like a night.
It's a rare.
Almost every night.
It's a rare circumstance when Liz says, "My God, I still have 30 issues to go."
I thought I was counting. I'm like,
She was not
is
happy.
this ever ending? It doesn't end. The scrolls just keep coming, and it's the crossover for the comic books. It was ridiculous because it's like, what are the Thunderbolts doing? What are the Runaways doing? What is this Avengers team doing? What's this Avengers team doing? What's Spider-Man doing? What's the X-Men doing? What's the Fantastic Four doing? What's the Fantastic Four kids doing? What's the Eternals doing? What are the Inhumans doing? What is just Black Bolt
I miss the
doing?
good old days, and it was just like Extinction Agenda.
And it's
You just
three-
follow those across a couple of X-Men titles, and you got your thing.
So, but the thing is that there are a few characters and teams that I read that I didn't know a lot about. That I'm like, okay, I'll go back and I'll read those. But no, dude, like, what did Deadpool do with them? It's like some of these stories are just so stupid, and it could have been done in 1 issue, but they spread it out over 3 issues, and I'm just like. Yeah, I still have like 15 issues left to go. No shit, it's like 130 something issues for this whole event to happen. And I'm like, man.
Yeah, just stick with the main Secret Invasion event books, and that's it.
Yeah, just don't. And it's stupid because then the main secret event, like the main event issues, it's weird because there's like 4 stories, and it's like they're just tying up the loose ends from like these other little 3-issue miniseries, like for the ancillary issue miniseries. And I'm like, well, if you didn't do that, you could have actually told a better, meatier story over here. And the suck balls thing about this is that there's the Dark Initiative that ties into what happens before or after this, and then there's like another one. There's like a precursor, and then there's like another storyline that happens after that. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm just gonna fuck you. And I'm gonna read.
Damn, this is getting dirty. I know.
I'm
Damn,
gonna read
dude.
I'm
Jaded
gonna
man.
read the Ultimates. I'm just gonna go over and I'm just gonna start reading the Ultimates. Get me out of this Marvel mainstream storyline. Shit sucks.
And the Ultimates of the beginning was off. The X-Men Ultimates and the Avengers, everything was really good.
Spider-Man. I remember Spider-Man. I remember the Ultimates. I remember the X-Men. I'm just gonna fuck this. I'm gonna go into this world,
They've probably wrecked that world too, though.
and I'm gonna read this world.
But
Aren't they doing an event where that world is going into 6?
It's coming back.
Or 616? Sorry.
Yeah, it's coming back. That Ultimates world are bringing it back.
It's actually crossing over into the main.
Well, I mean,
the main
it has,
Marvel world.
hasn't it? Because that's where Miles comes out of the Ultimates world.
Mhm.
No, well, the
Right.
ultimate Reed Richards.
He's the one that started the whole Marvel zombie
Well,
shit.
he's gonna be the one that's gonna bring back
He didn't
the
start
ultimate
it.
world.
It was in another dimension.
Yeah, but wasn't he the one that opened it up to?
Well, he opened a door to that dimension and let it into his dimension.
Okay.
Stupid Mr. Fantastic.
He ain't so
But
smart.
that's because zombie Mr. Fantastic tricked him into opening that portal. He taught him.
Right.
He told
I'll
him
tell
how
you
to
what.
open that portal.
I do
I
remember
tell you who wouldn't fuck that up? Captain America. Captain
would've
America
died.
wouldn't let that
He would've
happen.
died
He
the
wouldn't
first
let
night,
that
right
happen.
there.
It wouldn't have happened
Zombie.
because Captain America does no wrong.
He
No,
would have
he
died.
turned into a zombie.
No, but he wouldn't have allowed the portal to open in the first place. He'd leave.
God dang right.
Lie.
Preach it,
Well,
Jaden.
then he wouldn't know how to make the portal anyway.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
it's probably
he knows how to
running
do
some
it.
kind of electricity.
He knows how to do it. He knows you can push that button and make shit happen. He knows that, dude. Okay, he's smart
There's
like
the
that.
power in the finger. With great power comes great responsibility.
I heard
he
that
has-
somewhere once.
He has the ability to throw that shield wherever he wants and have it bounce all over the place.
That's
And,
magic
and,
skill.
and he has the ability to have
Don't get
an AARP
started with that.
insurance already since he's that old. So
I had
Hey,
that discussion with Josh, and
Age ain't nothing but a number. Watch this shit. Watch, I'm gonna flip. See, I flip. Look at that.
Yeah.
And I'm almost in my 50s.
yeah,
He actually
We have-
didn't just flip.
you
Oh my
almost
God,
He ran
broke
down
your
to the high school, ran around the track, and came back.
Nate just shrunk on us. Look at that.
and changed gender.
No, hey, oh, look out! There's a magic chair there. How you doing, young lady?
I don't know if that she can hear us. Can you hear us?
No, I think you can.
I don't
Thumbs
think
up,
so.
you
I
can
bet he's
hear
got
it.
his headphones in. I think that's Juliet.
Yep, she gave thumbs up.
Yeah, because you gave thumbs up.
Because he gave thumbs up. That's why.
He's so funny.
But the Secret Invasion show, it's the crappy part that I think it's what is it? Only 6 or 8 episodes.
6 episodes.
6 episodes. I mean, do you really think it's gonna end in 6 episodes? Like that's just crazy.
I think it's going to do what it needs to do and then get out.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
so what's it supposed? Okay, what does it need to do?
I don't know.
What is this supposed to do? That like, well, you used to be able to guess, like with some of the Marvel movies and TV shows, like, okay, this is the lynch, or this is going to be like the pin that holds this together, or it's going to be the thread that feeds into that. What is this supposed to? Any guesses?
It's supposed
I don't know.
to drive fans away from comic books.
Okay, I'm not asking you because you're a cynic, and I'm asking them.
Because
This
it's just
supposed
going
to
straight
do?
to. I think it's going to connect to Captain Marvel. Or the Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that movie was supposed to come out. Marvel.
I think that's what's going to connect to the Marvel. I think.
I'm
Is that supposed
having
to
more
come out this year
fun.
still?
Yes, it is.
I'm still having more fun watching that show on HBO, The Idol, more than I'm having fun watching any of these fucking like the Secret Invasion. Like I was like, it dragged, like it just dragged on. I was like, okay, like I get it.
Well,
They
yeah,
gotta set
it's
everything
gonna
up.
it's gonna give it has to set everything up. Like,
Right,
what do you
I know.
expect?
And I'm trying not to judge it on that. Like I'm like, okay, they set up everything. Please, in the next episode, let's go. Because, like you said, there's only 6 episodes, so I'm like,
Yeah,
please,
they
let's
have
start
to.
going.
They have
Yeah,
to.
let's.
They have to. On the second episode, they
Yeah.
gotta go big.
And it, the scroll that's with I forget his name, starts with a C. That works with Nick Fury.
Oh,
He was very
Not
uninteresting
Cold
this time.
Yeah.
He was very uninteresting this episode.
It's like the
Well,
actor that
everybody
played
was, like-
Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah,
What's
the
his
guy who
name?
played like one of the
Everett Ross, really?
Yep.
Yeah, he was not. He was pretty boring. Like
Yeah.
no, unlike he was way better on the other shows when the little cameos he made up on the other movies.
Hmm.
He's only been in Black Panther, right? That guy,
yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
He was also in Civil War.
Oh, that's right.
She said Morgan Freeman.
They look a lot alike, okay?
I agree. I so agree, and you know what I mean. It's like it's the whole Lawrence Fishburne, Samuel L. Jackson thing all over again. I get it. Like,
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
Oh man,
What's after Marvels? Is what movie's supposed to be after Marvels?
I think after that, the trumpets sound, and then hell comes to earth.
The 440.
I don't know what's after that, man. I still haven't figured that out.
I don't remember.
Well,
No, I'd have to look it up.
Did they push everything back to next year?
Yeah, everything.
At
Yeah.
least?
The only one that got pushed up was Deadpool.
Well, that's because of the writer's strike, man. Like fucking, they can't.
That
You
was
technically can't work and shit.
no,
because there's
that
no
was
one
even
writing.
before the writing strike. They got pushed back. It had nothing to do with the writing strike.
Anybody
already got pushed
So it
back.
had to do with Jonathan Majors and having to replace him.
Yeah.
Hey, DC has Aquaman in December. Get
No,
excited.
we're talking about Marvel, though. We're talking about Marvel.
No,
Blue Beetle's coming in
I
August.
just love that. Get excited? No.
Blue Beetle's in August before that.
See, the dirty secret is that within 1 year, one calendar year, everybody's going to be wearing red glasses on this podcast.
You know what? With all
I already
these
got
to be
'em on order.
continueds, yeah, with all these to be continueds, I might be with you, buddy. Because fucking yeah, if I see, I know everyone's like Mission Impossible's Part 1. I get it. Okay, I'm going into that knowing that, but don't give me any more to be continued. Like no more. After that, I do not want any more to be continued. I don't want to go see the new Jennifer Lawrence movie, and they're about to conclude her getting the fucking car, and all of a sudden it says to be continued. Because then I'll fucking burn. I will burn the place down. I swear to you. I'm M Night
It's a good movie.
Shyamalan mad. I'm
It's
M
a
Night
good movie.
Shyamalan
I mean, we've
mad.
seen it. We've seen the premise of the "Can't Buy Me Love" premise in movies before, but they did it well. It was cute.
So, does anybody here think that with the writer's strike that basically the studios are going to blow them off, and at some point they're
AI.
going to use AI to write the scripts?
no, not yet.
I think this
It's
is
too early.
my opinion. This is what my opinion is. So most of the time, how it works is like, Jaded, you come up with an idea, right? Like you have something in your head you want, so you hire a screenwriter. Like you know what I mean? You hire someone, you tell them what to do. Yeah, you call me in there, and I come in there on my white horse and with my hand out, giving me my $20,000 or whatever the price is to write the motherfucker for you. Okay, so then I write it. I bet you what's going to happen is you're going to have an idea. You're going to tell your fucking AI to write it. You're going to write it out. And then you can go through it and just start fucking changing things that you want to change in it. You know what I mean? Like that's where I think is going to go
Yeah.
for.
I agree with Nick. I think they're going to use it as like a general basis, and then they're going to hand it to somebody and say, "Hey, fix this."
Yeah.
And the person's going to be like, "Hey, fuck you."
No, but there'll be scab writers out there that will do it.
Absolutely. But the quality of the writing is not going to be good at all.
Well,
So they're
yeah,
going to need to
Nick, raise
absolutely
your hand
fix
again.
it.
How many
Raise your
scripts
hand
are
again.
Fuzzy? You
Yeah.
can answer this. How many scripts are just out there to where
Okay,
they
dude,
can make
billions.
movies for 20 years without even having a writer?
No, but see, this is the problem. When let's say you're on set, right? Like you're shooting the movie, and all of a sudden the guy's saying a line that you don't like. Okay, you can't change a line of dialogue that's not on that script technically. Once you change the line of dialogue, you have now rewritten the script. You have broken the fucking union rule. So that's why all production has pretty much stopped, because it's just they can't really film.
So when we
Like,
watch
so-
those comedy movies, when Chris Pratt says that Kim Kardashian had a comeback
Mhm.
when they came on her back, if they keep
He's
that in the
technically
That's
he-
just
he
an
gets a
outtake.
writer.
right, but they're not going to give him. So how they judge it is this: who did the most? So like when you watch a full like The Flash, right? If you go see who wrote The Flash, the guy on the top, he wrote the most of the script. Second guy wrote the fucking second most, you know what I mean? And so on and so forth. Or it works the opposite where it'll say like story by, and then it'll give two names, and then it'll go screenplay by, and you'll see that same guy's name, but it's way at the fucking bottom. It's because he wrote the screenplay and they only kept little pieces of it, and then these other guys went in there and made what you see in front of you. So that's how to. So yeah, technically, if you change a line of dialogue, you are now technically a writer, but you only changed one line out of 1,000, 2,000, whatever lines.
What I'm curious about is what is the negotiating point that the writers think that they have, given that most of the stuff that they produced over the last 5 years is trash.
Well, it's
what I mean, they're gonna say, hey, you need to work with me. Look at She-Hulk. Look at Captain Marvel.
No, they're not doing it. What they're doing. What this is the problem. This is what I see as the problem. With unions, there's always like renegotiations of contracts because cost of living goes up, things like that, right? But when you're trying to get to a studio that's barely making it by, like legit, like Universal, all these companies are hurting right now because they went so big into streaming that they're in the negative now. So they need to make little movies and get a big return on them. You know what I mean? Like it's again, movie making is drug dealing. You can't.
So then they need to put in $1 million and get out $51.5 million.
Yeah. Exactly. No, yeah, exactly. That's it. Like they got to make a fucking Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? Like where it's in a room, fucking people are talking and shit like that. It costs us nothing to make them. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Fucking go for that one. But I mean, like that's where we're at right now, and Hollywood can't. So the writers want their pay increase because again, it is expensive to live out here. It is, and also it has to do with the something to do with the streaming percentage because streaming went up so high. So there was like a cut that they want, but again, there's no money there. Like it's like going to a bum on the street and going like, I know you got an extra $20. Give me the $20. When the guy's living on the street and he's asking you for money, you know what I mean? Like it's like that kind of thinking. It's like it makes no sense. This would be the time for writers to be like, look, can we put it in the contract? If things go up, we get this much. If not, then we just get our normal, cut and stuff like that. Then we would be up and running and things would be okay. But I just don't think they trust the studios, which I don't blame them because I have two scripts right now that have been bought. I have two that have been bought, and they are sitting on a shelf, and by the time if they ever get made, I'll either be dead or fucking really old. You know what I mean? It's just they buy them for so cheap, and then they'll just stick them in the thing, and one day they might need it. They'll go and grab it and fucking use it.
So what was your script you sold? I haven't heard this story.
Well, one
ladies and gentlemen, Fuzzy's True Hollywood Stories.
I'm not allowed to technically talk about them, but one of them it has to do with a Hispanic creature that eats goats. I didn't say it. But there's a book that I kind of redid, and then the other one was a feel-good comedy that was a tearjerker that I couldn't believe I actually wrote, and someone actually liked it and bought it. And I don't know who owns it now, but I know New Line had it for a while, but I think Warner Brothers does, and we see where that's going. So again, they sell them off and shit like that.
But you're done, right?
Yeah, I get a notice.
Cards. I'll trade you 5 horror scripts for.
But you like let's say it's the Oscar-winning movie of 2025.
Oh yeah, I get it. I get a piece of it and all that stuff like that. Yeah.
So you can still make more money even though you sold it.
Well, what happens is this: is they put it a lot of time. Like you could sell it for. There's different ways of selling it, but the main way you do it is you sell it for 10 years. Like the Marvel deal, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't use it by X amount of years, you have to give it back to me. You know what I mean? And so they'll just hold on to things because it's so cheap to re-up it. Like it's $5,000, $6,000, you know what I mean? So I'll get a little notice. Hey, do you want to re-up it? I'm like, fuck, I need $6,000. Here, take the thing. I ain't never gonna make it, kind of thing. Like if it was a project that was really about, like I really wanted to make it, then I would do it. But both of those are early stuff I wrote that I just wrote to make. You know what I mean? Just had a silly idea and I wrote it. I'm not passionate about it and stuff, so I don't care to make it. I just want the credit.
So if Tarantino made it next year,
Oh,
it would say
I would,
by Nick Vargas, but you wouldn't get
Yeah.
paid for it because you already got paid for it.
No, I could still get paid for it because it's in your contract. Once it goes into production and it makes X amount of dollars, you get stuff on the back end.
Okay.
And then that's part of the thing that they're fighting for. So let's say it didn't go into theaters, it went to streaming, right? So now they got to pay me.
Whoever you sold it to, if they sell it to somebody else, does your deal you had with them still count?
No, I don't. That's where I don't know, because again, it was with New Line, but New Line now is owned by Warner Brothers or Discovery or whatever the fuck it's called now. So I haven't gotten a new notice. The last notice I got was from New Line. So
Yeah, and they're
I don't know.
Warner's doing some stupid shit right now, man.
Hey,
They're trying
Yeah,
to sell
well,
off all their music catalog.
Well, that's what happened to a lot of writers when Disney bought up Lucasfilm and the Star Wars stuff. There's a lot of those guys, those writers that were writing the books and the novels that were under contract to get, when you used an element from their story, they were supposed to get paid. Well, when Disney bought Lucasfilm, some of those contracts didn't click over, and they didn't pay the artists or the writers, not the artists, the writers. I think it was Alan Dean Foster. I think he was the big guy that went after him for Splinter of the Mind's Eye and stuff. He went after him and was like, "Hey, my check stopped coming. I don't understand." Like, basically the whole modern, or certain parts of what, the continuation of the Star Wars, portion came out of this book. I get paid for that. Where's my payment? Oh, well, that was a contract with Lucasfilm. No. You bought Lucasfilm. So you bought all of their contracts with them, which means now you have to pay me for this stuff. And so, yeah, Disney kind of screwed the pooch on some of that stuff when they bought Lucasfilm. So,
and plus,
it would be interesting to see the same thing would happen to you if New Line had it and then their contract got brought out by Warner Brothers or whatever. Do you still get?
I honestly, the amount of money, unless if the movie became like fucking Freddy or something like that, then yeah, I want a piece of it. But if they just went and made it, and I get a little piece, whatever, dude. Like I'm not that guy. To me, here's the other thing. To me, your credit, like I have a friend of mine. He worked on Lord of the Rings. Okay, he did CG for Lord of the Rings. He has not ever not had a job since then because he says in his resume he worked for Lord of the Rings, so people hire him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just literally having that credit. So I've always looked at it that way. Like, yeah, I get, pay me my money, call it a day. You know what I mean? If I created Superman or something, yeah, give me a piece of that, dude. Like, you got enough money to go around. But if it was, moderate success and, they're never going to make a sequel or anything, yeah, who cares, dude? Fuck, dude, just put my name on there, dude, so I know that people can say, oh, I did this shit, That's the difference between me and most people, though. Because it's not worth the fight. Like, your residuals drop on stuff that, like, you've been in, like, especially actors. Like, your residuals drop.
I'm not down.
It doesn't.
That. They even had I remember, I might have mentioned it to you guys. They had a contest at my work where they're like, "Hey, submit your idea for some food item, and you get $1,000, and you get to go eat with the CEO lunch or something." I'm just like, so I come up with the Big Mac or some shit, and then like I get $1,000, and you get to have the Big Mac. Like, if you want some shit like that from me, then I need like some 1% in perpetuity. Yeah. I'd be down with 1% in perpetuity. Like, if I created the next thing, I need to, or I'm not doing anything. Like, I'd rather not make $1,000 once than not get my 1% in perpetuity.
There's a lot of companies now that are doing that, where they're doing. I know on the comic side, we were reading about, like for fan art and stuff like that. It's a fan art contest, and
oh yeah,
that. Yeah. So.
Well, what if they named it the Big Nate?
No.
Well, Mark Brooks really, like, he's stepping in it right now.
Well, you guys got to look at. Have you ever seen that movie, The Founder, with Michael Keaton, where it's about the
Ray Kroc.
McDonald's,
Yeah.
McDonald's and shit. Like that's the perfect example of fucking, you know, someone seeing the bigger picture, and that happens a lot. Like I've always, if I ever had a company, like if I came up with an idea and I got it as big as I think I can get it, and this guy was going to pay me a chunk of money to own it, and he's going to take it even further and shit like that. I'd be like, Nate, look, man, just give me a piece of it. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be a big piece. Just give me a small piece. Give me this lump sum of money and go run with it. I don't have to ever deal with it ever again. You know what I mean? Like that's how I am with most of my ideas is once I've written it and I've gotten it done, I just want it gone. And, you know, I have a couple that I've held tightly and, you know, no one's ever going to see those things because I ain't probably never going to be able to make them.
We have another
Let's do
question.
it, man. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Has anybody watched that documentary, the Stan Lee documentary? It's on Disney?
No, I haven't
Not
watched
yet.
it yet.
Okay.
The one that's making all the controversy, right? Where everyone's getting mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that
Saw
yet.
that yet.
I did watch a dope one on pain pills on fucking HBO. That was dope. It was like called American Pain, and these guys figured out it's like these two twins that are all yoked out and shit, and they figured out how to be. They would open pain clinics, and they had their place like so that's where all the fentanyl and all that shit was coming out of, like in Miami. It's fucking dope, dude. I was like, "Ooh, this would be a good movie." Me and the wife sat through the whole thing. We were like, "Yeah." Nando, my man,
Good night, Nando.
have fun.
Have fun on the lakes.
Go comic
Ooh.
digging out there.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, like right now, we're in a weird. I think that's why they all pulled out of San Diego too, because they don't know what's going to be coming out and shit. Like they don't know. They usually can plan, you know, but they haven't had time to work on anything.
Yeah,
That's what I was telling Josh. I said all these guys are not doing that because it's like, what does Marvel have going on? Secret Invasion. But they've already promoted all of that stuff already, and it's probably going to be almost over by the time Comic-Con comes around, right?
But my thing is like I know that if Marvel says so, they're gonna skip this year Comic-Con, and I know that hey, next year, you know, we want to be back in. I'm sure Comic-Con is gonna, you know, open the front door for them and let them in. But I kind of feel like this is a turning of the age.
Well, DC's, I don't think going to be there.
Because
Sony's not going to be
because
there.
they don't have a future slate that's generating any kind of talk or excitement. There's a sense in which, like, if you let go of the reins at this point, like the horses are going to take off and you're never going to catch them on foot again. Like, I'm getting this sense that like this is the beginning of the end. That we're going to watch, like, in the next couple of years, the complete collapse of Marvel and DC Comics. I don't think what they're doing is sustainable, and I think the fact that they're opting out of Comic-Con is demonstrating their lack of present relevance in the community.
Like, how hard is it to do something?
Yeah,
Marvel's
they should
still
at least
going to
have-
be there. They're just not doing Hall H.
right, but they're actually still going to be at the convention.
Yeah.
I thought I saw that they were pulling out like entirely.
Yeah. Well, everyone's pulling out of Hall H because they got nothing to present. So.
But DC does. I mean, I would be there pumping.
Never
up
been to
Blue.
Hall H anyways.
Yeah, same.
Been going to Comic Con for like fucking 10 years, never not once set foot in Hall H.
Yeah, I've done some of the smaller panels because you don't have to wait all day for them, all night for them. But
Yeah, any
I
kind of a
haven't been to
panel
Hall
I could walk into.
Yeah.
I also like those cons like LA Comic Con, how they have the big panel kind of just there. So if you can mosh into it, you can see it, and then you're good. I liked how they had that.
I appreciate that, but I also don't like it because it's if you're not actually going to the panel, it's kind of annoying. Walking around just I don't need that.
Sounds like you're at the titty bar and shit. Here comes Jesus.
Pour some sugar on me.
I'll have to say that when I was there at LA Comic Con the last time, I was there for the little kid cosplay, and that one kid that came out as Ghost Rider, that was pretty good. He was like this little mini Ghost Rider and came out on one of those Power Wheel like motorcycle things. It was legit. I was glad I saw that.
Last year,
Yeah, but those
Last
kid
year-
cosplays are the same as when fourth graders have their mission that they made from scratch that their parents made for them when they get
Oh,
to
no,
take to
no
school.
That's that
last year there was a kid dressed as Namor from the movie, and he had the full-on freaking like jaw, like shark jaw throne.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was all in the way. They were taking that throne and
Yeah.
putting that kid. It was freaking horrible.
But I mean, that was really well done.
Very cool. I
So,
like
you know,
seeing
that-
little kid
You
cosplay.
didn't say it right. It's Namor.
Okay, fair. No more.
Yeah. Oh God.
It's okay, honey.
Like every time I think about like Marvel current state, it makes my spine curl. It's just so awful and cringe.
Oh.
and
We're so
like
far
low bar.
behind.
So-
we're not behind. We've excised ourselves from the mental damage, the
I-
emotional damage.
I'm
So-
so far behind.
Did you guys talk about Craven last week or this week?
Oh no.
No.
I haven't seen the preview for it yet. I know that it popped up, but I didn't
You want to put it on?
I could possibly. That might strike us though.
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know about that one, man. Like,
Who's
Yeah.
playing?
What could you talk about it?
I mean,
What-
he
what-
gets his powers from fucking the blood of a lion. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's very
and then-
strange.
And then he's
It's
just
not that
whooping
strange.
ass.
'Cause It's not that strange. He got the powers of a potion
A
from a
radioactive
weird,
lion, yes.
from a weird fucking person in the comic books. The same fucking thing.
So
Who's
in the
playing
comic
it?
books and the
Damn,
movie,
man.
it's okay that the difference is that he got blood from a radioactive lion, like Spider-Man.
What?
Oh, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. I can't take it.
Craven
oh,
Man?
God.
Craven Man.
Yeah, it's the same thing as fucking the comic book. Basically, they changed it up a little bit.
Kills a lion.
I mean, dude, I'm gonna
I mean-
end up seeing it. So. Tiger
To be
blood.
fair, we don't really know how he gets his powers.
Just by the trailer, though. That's
Right, by
what
the
they
trailer, it's tiger blood.
Yeah.
No, lion blood.
There
Yeah,
goes
but
the
I'm saying it's the
Is he
same
strong?
fucking thing as the
Listen,
comic book.
bud. He's got radioactive lion blood.
So, and then you got Russell Crowe as the over accented uncaring father who I don't know, what is he, like a crime boss or something?
South African crime boss.
Right.
Wait.
That's African with a
Wait,
K.
Russell Crowe is going to be in Craven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he just play Zeus?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
TV to it, honey.
Oh yeah,
But
that's
it's not-
Rhino.
Fox.
I forgot.
But it's
about
not the same
Rhino.
universe, yeah.
Oh, sorry, the multiverse. Oh,
Yeah. This is the Venom
This is
or
Spider-
I don't
this is
know.
Spider-Verse,
Oh, so
basically.
this is Sony
It's,
putting
it's
it
not
out?
Spider-Verse, but
It
because
is. It's Sony. Spider-Man's universe.
which one? No, I know it's Sony, but
I wasn't sure if it was Marvel
the
Studios or
Spider-Man
Pictures.
movies take place in 616.
Well, it's not 616. It's 19999.
That's fair. It takes place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Oh,
whereas
it does?
no, Craven doesn't. The Spider-Mans do,
Oh, okay.
but like Craven and Venom and
You guys are gonna make me smoke a bowl. You guys are confused.
Morbius
Man.
all exist in this other one, the
Fuzzy.
Sony one.
make one up for me too, man. I need it.
They're in the Sony. Okay, so everybody's in the Sonyverse except for Spider-Man.
Correct.
But Venom dipped his toes into the Marvel Cinematic Universe with that
Briefly, yes.
Marf or No Way Home or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Right.
The last home.
Where he basically just kind of like, oh, I should talk to that guy. No, what happened? Yeah. Done.
I'm gone. And then didn't he leave a little goo behind them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Don't we
symbiote
all?
exists.
Don't we all?
That's. I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't say no motel I stayed at.
Don't black like that shit.
That's right.
Ugh,
There's goo
disgusting.
everywhere.
Yeah, that's why I don't
You
like
black-
going to any hotels that this guy goes to.
If you black like Steve's face at the end of the night, dude, it looks like a Pollock painting. It's just bright.
Yeah, no.
Right.
I don't go to none of your crazy little hotels. That's why I don't go there.
Come on.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'll pay good money for the hotels.
Really?
Squishy.
Like the Best Western behind the Anaheim Convention Center?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Best money.
The
Oh,
last
that
place
was- hey,
no.
that's
The Arizona one we stayed at was still one of the best ones because there was a gunshot. The phone cord was cut. It looked like the door got kicked in.
Jesus,
And
that's
the-
horrible.
And then I think there was a shotgun blast through the fucking wall. I was like, someone
that
died in here.
I wanted to stay at the freaking Hilton. These guys wanted to stay, cheap bastard wanted to stay on this shitty ass hotel.
Hey,
I was like,
we
oh my
survived.
lord.
the story. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, their stories are right, Nick. Their stories are right.
Is it time for another true fuzzy Comic-Con story?
No.
That one room has a
No, we don't talk about none of that stuff on this one. The only thing we say is that we had fun. Someone died in our room. We don't know who, and that's it.
That's it. That seriously.
And
If you guys would have seen that room, the door barely closed. Like it would move if there's any air passing through. It was just like shaking by itself.
And you can never unlock it. Every time you went to the door, it would always be like, "Fuck, you piece of shit."
It looked like, I'm not lying. It looked like the cops broke into it, like smashed through the door, and it was a horrible room.
that room has seen some shit.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
I got
That was close.
I got some Spider-Man footage.
亡き兄に復讐を誓う兄弟に心打たれる男スパイダーマン
Power Rangers Spider-Man.
The one viewer that we had already left because of that garbage right there.
That was awesome.
Power
And it
Rangers
was-
Spider-Man.
It was Comic Zombie. He's like, "Oh nope, I'm not giving them the credit for that."
I know that all of you guys,
Taking it back.
you guys are all old enough to remember that the days when we would have been grateful for receiving such a thing. We're spoiled now.
You remember that Spider-Man, the one that came out like in the 80s and 70s?
Yeah.
Where they would do the Batman thing where they put the building on its side and he would crawl on it?
Yeah.
The best part was when he would shoot the web. It was rope. And
Yeah.
it would fly out. He would swing off like Tarzan. I used to love that shit.
Here's the best one.
I never watched it.
Here's the
That was
best one.
awesome.
It was like
That's how it
best.
is.
The best.
Oh,
That's the Tourette's Michael Jackson.
I really-
think that.
I really have a love for the Indian people. I got to tell you, man.
I don't.
When
You
the
know,
craft
I wonder
hits
if we
the
can
fan
find
in the
that.
West, that's where I'm going.
And I'm just
We
talking
should
about the
watch
movies. The movies, I don't love the movies.
You don't even,
I
you haven't
dig
even
'em.
tried to watch one.
Oh, I see that enough. That's just it. That's all I need to see. That's it.
Yeah.
that's
Dancing
not what
This is
they're
the guy-
like.
Dancing
No, that's just Nate.
and
This is the guy that talks up the Flash and talks down Triple R. That's all you need to
dancing,
know about his
movies
That's true.
and jumping around like 1,000 feet in the air. Yeah, no, that's it.
This is the man who thinks Aquaman is a masterpiece.
Aquaman is good. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I never said it's a masterpiece. I said it's good.
that's true. He's never said anything was a masterpiece. It's just
Nope.
Well,
He
he's
said that about She-Hulk.
he's
too,
also
at
the world's
beginning.
greatest
She-Hulk
Rob
was horrible.
Liefeld fan, so there's that.
Nick was the one who said he loves
Hey,
She-Hulk.
he liked Fast X, so he lost.
Oh,
credit,
I'm
my
gonna
point.
say yeah.
He
I'm not
liked-
jumping ship like some
No,
traders.
Hey, I didn't jump ship. I'm
from
still
some trader.
true blue Toretto family.
No,
but
no.
that was garbage.
Bullshit, because the only
You
thing
said-
you
You say,
care
you
about
say
was
to be
to be
continued. I'll
continued. Get the fuck out
I
of
will
here.
continue. I'll continue the fucking
comment.
stupid shit. I tell you.
With
To
your
be
idiotic
continued.
fucking to be continued.
It's like
To
somebody
be
like took
continued.
the grenade, just threw it in the room and shut it. Fast X sucks.
That's right. Fast X.
I'll tell you. During that, like I think I mentioned it, I threw my fucking hat, like at the first action scene in Fast X, just like straight on the ground. No, this is stupid.
No.
We went. Me and the wife. I didn't have no shows this weekend. It was like a long time since I had like a weekend off. So we were like hanging out. We had like a family. They had like a barbecue out there by the pool for everyone that lives around here. So we went there, and then my wife goes, "Let's go to Universal." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, dude! It's like half the day's gone." She's like, "Come on, we'll go." I was like, "All right, fine." So we go. We get there. It ends up being a blackout day, so we can't get in and shit. I was like, "This is some bullshit, dude." Like, fuck. So I'm like, "All right, let's just go to City Walk and we'll go eat." And so we all went and we were walking around. They had the Universal souvenir shop next to me and shit, and you could tell they were tearing down all the Fast X stuff, and the guy looked like he could be playing the sad song in the background. Wah, 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 wah. He's taking it down, and then we go walking, and I guess we missed the premiere of the new DreamWorks cartoon that's coming out about
the Kraken thing.
Yeah, the Kraken.
The reverse Little Mermaid.
Yeah, or no, it's that one Pixar movie where she turns red or whatever, or the red. It's like that, but because when we got there again, they were like tearing down things, and again they all looked sad. I was like, damn, these movies must really suck, dude. If everyone's fucking looking like that afterwards and shit.
I would have been sad putting up any of that Fast X stuff.
I'll be happy. Can bring all the X up.
So we know how to wallpaper Steve's room.
I rewatched it. I put myself through the torture. I literally was watching it when me and James were going to go see it. I said, okay, there's another. It's a good. I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to give it a chance. I give everything a second chance. I always do. It doesn't matter. And I sat and I watched it, and I said, it's just getting worse the more I look at it. It's Turning Red. That's what it was called. That's right.
Yeah, Turning Red was the
Period movie.
Was the menstruation metaphor.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Elemental
Period
looks like
movie.
it could be cute.
It was fine.
That's a DVD or fucking at home watch. I ain't paying money for
Yeah,
that one.
It was fine. It wasn't necessarily a theater movie.
Not like Indiana Jones.
I'm gonna go to Applebee's on a date night because feel right.
I'm gonna eat me some Applebee's. I'm gonna eat me some with my wife and go see Indiana Jones, buddy. That's right. That's what I'm gonna do.
You'll order a milkshake with 2 straws because you got me, boo, right?
I don't know. I don't think I can reschedule that lobotomy that got coming up.
Oh, that Indiana Jones looks horrible. It's gonna be so horrible.
No, I can't wait for when you see it, Steve, and you're gonna tell me it's the greatest movie ever.
Yeah, no, I'm already telling you, it looks bad. That chick that wants to be Indiana Jones is horrible. Like, I'm over it.
I want the theme
You know how
song.
you got to vote with your feet on it, Steve.
I want the theme song.
I'm
I want
still
the
gonna
whip.
I'll watch it.
I
I'll
want
watch it
him to say
90
something
days
cool.
after it comes on Disney.
I
Plus.
go watch it with my friends. I go watch it with James and hang out. That's the whole mainly the whole point I do it is hang out with James and everybody else.
And then we talk about it
James,
afterwards.
he's blaming you for it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've gone
He's
to
taking
shitty
me to
movies
see
because of
every
James.
goddamn Fast and the Furious movie.
I've got to see
So-
stupid ass Beauty and the Beast because of James.
Yeah, we were movie hopping, and I'm like, let's find something in between. All right, here's Beauty and the Beast, and Steve's like, what? I'm like, whatever.
So I was so pissed off, and then I just black.
No, he slept through the movie. He
I
wasn't
Even
pissed off.
even
He
I
slept
didn't see Beauty and the Beast. Dude.
maybe sit there for an
I
hour.
haven't
to watch
seen
this
any
stupid
of those
movie.
live-action Disney remakes.
Me
I saw
either.
the first two.
Lucky.
I saw the first two. I saw Jungle Book, and
we
then
saw
the
Lion King. We saw Jungle
I
Book.
never
Yeah.
saw. No, I never saw either. of
Iggy
those.
wants to know how many hooves,
No, I
Steve.
didn't.
No.
What?
You don't remember that.
No, I never saw them. I never
The
saw
Jungle
the
Book
live.
had The Rock in it. You saw that.
no, that's a Jungle Cruise.
That's
Or
the
Jungle Cruise. Sorry, Jungle
Yeah,
Cruise.
that's
Dumb
Jungle
shit.
Cruise.
That's
Yeah,
something
that
wasn't a
different.
a live-action remake.
Yeah, we're talking about remakes here, buddy.
Well,
That was live action though.
yeah,
It was
sure,
live action,
it's
absolutely.
Live action.
Even
But
I didn't see the
no,
Jungle
I haven't
Cruise.
seen the live action.
That
movies
looks horrible,
with
too.
Stuff. Get the
No,
fuck
you
out of
bring
here.
We
myself.
saw
That,
Lion
that
King. We
Beauty
saw,
and the
that.
Beast was
saw
so
it.
bad. It was so bad.
I never saw the Lion King.
We saw Pinocchio
No, we didn't.
with Tom Hanks as Geppetto and the Blue Fairy.
Oh, that one was awful.
I think we
Jeez.
saw part of it at the
Tom
end.
Hanks just
We saw
phoned
it
that
with,
in.
Not with your brother. No, you don't remember it because it's not memorable. That's why.
It was what I remember about it was the sea monster wasn't a whale. It was a sea monster.
It was like a kraken looking thing.
It was a kraken whale. Yeah.
The end of it. I only remember the end of it. I think Lucas was watching it before we got home, and we just got the tail end of it.
Iggy, I hated the CG. That's what killed it in me. Like when I was watching the Jungle Book, like when you watch a cartoon, you can animate their face to smile, and
Yeah.
they can make faces and stuff. But when you're watching a live action, I know it's CG tiger, but you're like, it doesn't smile. Like it doesn't give. It's just a fucking tiger talking to you and shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
It's Grumpy
I
Cat.
actually didn't. I thought Lion King was fine. It just, you lose the expressiveness, but it was almost a shot for shot remake of the cartoon.
The only thing I guess
Beauty
I
and
could see, I saw Maleficent, the first one, but that's kind of like
Yeah.
telling.
But that's not-
perspective.
Yeah,
that's not
that's
a
something different.
remake.
Yeah.
That's like Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland wasn't a
Yeah.
remake either. It was its own weird thing.
Yeah.
The Beauty and the Beast was also very, very close to the animated movie. Jungle Book was pretty close, but it was a fun one. I think that was the best of the live actions.
Well, that was the first
then-
one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't like
And
that
then-
one.
Lady and the Tramp was different. It was okay, but I hated the way the mouths moved. That one went straight to Disney Plus.
was
And
gonna say,
then
For that one.
what was it? The
Aladdin.
Aladdin. I thought Will Smith did an okay job as the genie, but like, why? And all of the musical numbers were, for what was established in the cartoon and how they did the cartoon. All of the musical numbers were overdone, overblown, exuberant things, and then in the live action during the Alibaba thing where Aladdin comes into town and Genie's hyping him up, he just stands there on the float with a microphone, and it's like, this is not the Genie. This is some guy singing.
Bueller that shit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You can't replace Robin Williams.
Jasmine's song was the worst addition to that friggin' thing.
That's probably because you haven't watched The Little Mermaid and Aquafina as Scuttle.
No, I did see The Little Mermaid, and I will take the shitty Aquafina rap over that Jasmine song because it just doesn't.
Aquafina's horrible.
It doesn't
Really?
fit. It didn't fit. There was a scene where everything stopped, and she turned around and she was singing while everyone was stopped, and she's pushing people and evaporating them. It's like, what the fuck is this? At
She's
least
a strong woman.
At least with the like shitty Aquafina rap, it fit within the context of what they were doing. It was bad, but it fit.
I'll tell you this.
Cruella. That wasn't a remake though. That was its own.
Cruella.
But okay, so like my wife loves the Little Mermaid, And so when we watched wrestling here with the guys, the girls all went and saw Little Mermaid. And my wife came back and she just looked at me and went, "It's okay. Okay, like this is someone that loves it." And she was just like, it was, I'm like, she looked like us after we seen like a Marvel or fucking like I was like, damn.
She was like us after Last Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. Like just like, oh man, dude. Like she goes, you know, it was like okay, and I was just like, damn, man. Now I really don't want to see it. Like I was gonna give it a chance. I want to see Barbie more than I want to see that fucking movie.
Yeah, but you've been wanting to see Barbie.
As Will Ferrell and Ryan Gosling popped out and said, "Yep, I got my rollerblades. That shit killed me. I'm in, dude. I'm in like Flynn, dude.
God.
Me and James will go see it."
I'm down.
I bet, yeah, James would love to see that stupid movie.
Because we like silly shit, man.
It's gonna do some good fourth wall breaking shit. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be funny as hell. Union Barbie night, I'm down.
Yeah, no thanks. Oh, Iggy would. I know Iggy will go watch anything. Iggy watches anything.
Iggy watches everything. Yes,
we'll go to the $5 store, the Five and Below, and go get our Barbie dolls and fucking pose with them and shit, dude. Like fucking, we're with Barbie and shit.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna get the Funko Barbie. She'll have that ginormous head.
Hey, dude, I found the spot right by the in Diamond Bar. That Bait. That's always at San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
They got a shop in Diamond Bar. Yep. They've got a fucking wall, dude, of pops. Yep. 6 and under.
Nice.
Like just that they're trying to get rid of. So go check it out one time. I bought. It's back there. I bought China from WWE. I got Barney from The Simpsons, and then I got a couple of the Guardians of the Galaxies.
All right. Yeah, I actually used to work in that shopping center.
Yeah, so did I. There was a candy shop in there next to the movie theater, and I used to go.
You just try to lure children.
There was a.
You gotta send me
a Burger King franchise there. And I worked in the office.
So I go to the wrestling store that's out here in Waterton, and all it is wrestling toys. That's it.
I gotta get a hold of Mighty Pins. They got a new Greg the Hammer toy coming out, and it's from when he was in the tag team with Honky Tonk Man. And if push comes to shove, we got a date for when we're going to reunite them. It's going to be in September. It's going to be Honky Tonk Man and Greg the Hammer Valentine with the Fuzzster reuniting one of the greatest tag teams ever in WWE, baby. That's right.
Well, you got to let me know so we can make sure we're out there because we're coming out in September.
I hope they don't have any heart. I hope they have no heart attacks right there because they're so old. They'll be like, just drop dead right there. Your dad's show.
Don't talk about my BFF that way, okay? All right, me and him talk about a lot of stuff, and he's going to be around for at least another 10 years.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, dude, the other day he sent me a message out of nowhere. It was just like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" I was like, I still hadn't saved his name in my phone, so I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" And then I had to read all the other text messages. I'm like, "Oh, it's Greg. Hey, man, how's it going?" I was like, "I got to save this. It's fucking Greg."
I bet you still haven't saved it, though, have you? See, it's like
why? So listen. I'm the narrator of this story, and I did. Okay.
I'm the person that's like on the side that says, "Nick."
Nick's never been good with names, though. I knew Nick for like 10 years before he knew his date and not been.
I absolutely did save it. Hold on. Beep, boop, 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 boop,
boop. I've always said it, dude. Like the one thing that my fuzzy snacks do to me is they make me forget people's names, and I never mean it. Like I always feel like a dick afterwards. So that's part of the reason why I give people nicknames and shit, because I'll look at something. You ever see The Office and the way Michael will like tell people, like recognize who people are? That's what I do. I go and they'll say something funny. Like my friend, she's one of my best friends in the world since we were in high school, and her name was Christine, but she used to laugh, cry because I said chicken butt, and she would crack up laughing. Thought that was the funniest thing in the world. So for years, I started calling her Chicken. She has 5 kids. She married one of my buddies, and guess what her name everyone still calls him? Chicken.
There you go.
So I'm gonna give. If I didn't hang out with y'all enough, I would have given y'all nicknames.
How did I get pimpin'?
Well, Pimpin's just my everyday fucking.
So I didn't
thing.
even
That's
get a special
dude.
name, huh? I was just
No.
run of the mill, huh?
No, I knew you were Nate. I just would be like, that's the way I greet everyone. I say, "What up, Pimpin?" Like that's just the way I do it. That's the way I like doing it. Like, everyone's a pimp in my book. If I don't say Pimpin, I don't like you. That's usually there. I'll give you a hug or say, "What up, dude?" Like, if I'm just like, if I do one of those, we ain't cool, man. We ain't cool.
Well, he must love
That's
you.
why
That's
why Sanchez, I always grab his ass just to let him know that I'm still here. I'm just like that.
It's because I'm a dick magnet, not a chick magnet.
Wait a minute. That reflects on me, asshat.
No, it's because you've got the biggest one out of all of us, so we know, dude. We know. We've been down that road, dude. We know.
Wow, look at mine.
So I see you wore
But
your
dude.
Punisher jersey, Fuzz.
That's right, because I heard the
Is that
bad
just to
news the
reminisce?
last time. Yeah, because the last time we talked about how he quit because his wife came back to tell him that he was fucking stupid plots and shit. Fucking stupid.
Don't worry, guys. Marvel's gonna make it.
Frank Castle, you're being toxic. You're being toxic. You gotta lose that skull.
I'm telling you guys, watch The Idol, dude. This show is going in this one fucking. It's going like this the whole time.
Dude,
so good.
The show I've been into, okay? Naked and Afraid, Last Man Standing, or Last One Standing. So you guys, are you familiar with Naked and Afraid, right?
Every time I end up in the hospital, if for some reason there's a marathon going on, so I get caught up on 3 years of
yeah.
Naked
So
and Afraid.
They have Naked and Afraid. Then it rolled into XL, which is like the All Stars. Instead of doing 21 days, you saw them do 21 days.
That it was the ones that were hung and built, Naked and Afraid XL.
Magic Mike.
No, they're there longer.
Afraid.
Twice
so
as
the
much
XL,
blur.
they're for 40 days. Twice as much blur. That's funny.
Bottom half of the screen.
No, but they got this one that's last
he have
one standing.
legs?
So instead of being all communal and commie, they're like out for their own self against like the people who you've been watching. I've been watching the show for like 10 years, so they're competing against the other people, and it's the popular people, the one that you've seen go on there many times, and the last one gets $100,000 at the end of it. So instead of them being all hippy dippy and lovey to each other, they're like forming cliques and outcasting certain guys. It's like Survivor, but Naked and Afraid. It's kind of dope, and I'm in this rabbit hole with it. And I binge watched like the first half of the season, and I caught up with it yesterday. And I can't keep on going because now I have to wait on the weekly. It's like fuck.
My favorite
Good show.
is watching the women like have their fucking meltdowns. Like it never fails. I remember one that stands out.
All the women are gone now.
She like walks into like the camp with like two guys, and she gets super pissed at them for some reason, and she throws all their shit in the river, like their fish.
Oh, that was Honora.
Yeah,
that was Honora, the blonde chick, right? Honora, yeah, she was nutty.
I love when she lost her shit. I'm just like, man, how you're giving us a bad name? But I would do the same thing. I'd probably just like. I would just like go crazy on everybody.
Too much dick. There's dick everywhere.
That's like Twitch.
Oh, it's dick.
You'd see like a little blink, and I'd be like, "I'm dead. I'm taking you all with me. I'm gonna salt the earth behind me. If I'm not gonna make it, nobody's gonna make it."
Sabotaging people's water and shit.
Yeah, I'm bitter when that happens. When I get to that point, fuck all of you. I love you, but no. We're all gonna
Last
die.
one was crazy. They had to make
I'm gonna
raft.
write that down. Hold on.
They had to make a raft
Stay
to go
away
down these
from
rapids.
At the end of the world. All right, we're good. We're
That's
good.
right.
We're good. Jaded, you're welcome to come and survive with us, but we'll put her in the front, and she can fuck everyone up for us.
We are getting to the end. So is it whose movie is it this week?
Fuzzy's, I think.
Yeah, I think Fuzzy's turn.
He was debating on what he was going to have us watch.
Yes. So what do you guys think? So I have a bad one to torture you guys with. I have one that I think we'd all love, and then I have another one that I think is an unappreciated movie. So what do you think? With this, the
Either B or
unappreciated.
C.
Okay. So you don't want to get tortured. All right, fine.
Not particularly, no.
I'll stick that in my pocket.
I thought I
then.
picked a nice movie.
You did. That's why I'm giving you the option. That's why I'm giving you the
Right.
option.
If it's a bad movie, this would be a grudge movie again.
Yeah, we're trying to break the cycle of grudge movies. So I'm gonna say either Black Dynamite or Some Kind of Wonderful. So what do you guys remember?
I haven't seen Some Kind of Wonderful in fucking 30 years, and I don't think I've seen Black Dynamite at all.
I say we do
Well,
Black Dynamite.
Since we've seen Black Dynamite, I think probably when it first came out.
Which one's playing?
Black Dynamite is on. I don't know if Some Kind of Wonderful is playing, but I know Black Dynamite's on Prime for free right now.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Black Dynamite. Then.
Free.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait, dude. This is literally one of my. It's got some of the best dialogue, and it's the stupidest shit. Like where the lines are great. Like you're just like, I love it, dude. Like, oh, I cannot wait for you guys to watch it, dude.
They could never make a movie like that today.
Oh hell no, dude! Like no way. Like and then like I literally own. I'll pull them out for the show. I have the very first Black Dynamite comic book that they put out. Like the little trade one and shit like that. Yeah, you had to send away. Like I had to hunt that thing down. And everyone's like, "What the fuck is Black Dynamite?" I'm like, "The greatest fucking." My phone. When you call me, when you guys text me, what my phone goes, Dynamite, Dynamite. Like that's how much I love Black Dynamite. If I was black, I would be him for Halloween every year. But I would get my ass kicked going down the street looking like Black Dynamite right now. So.
You just what is it that you what do they call them when you're Black Dynamite trapped in a Nick Vargas body?
It's true. I do. My wife and
you
kids
identify as a tall black ninja.
I identify as Samuel L. Jackson in Shaft. That's how I identify myself, dude. Like literally, like my boys even said it. They go, "He talks like you." I go, that's damn right. He talks like me. Shit. Tell me. You bet your sweet ass and half a titty.
Who's after Fuzzy?
I think Josh.
No, because I did Beastmaster. And that was 2 movies ago.
Oh, then it's me.
Right. It's you, then me, then Nate, and then Nick. So Nate just
no Ewoks. You throw an Ewok, I will start the Grudge fucking movie over.
We got to see.
No, we don't. No, we don't. No more fucking Ewoks.
More Ewoks?
No fucking
I got you
Ewoks.
For 2 movies, son.
James inspired me the first time around, and I will not put everybody through it the second time.
James, you're no longer. You lost your privilege, dude. I'll take a Havoc movie now over fucking your movie because that Ewok was hard, dude. That was yeah. That's how hard it was. I watched Fast X 2 more times before I watched fucking Ewoks, dude.
To rinse the Ewoks out of his mouth. Oh God, no!
My eyes. Just like Van Damme.
Yeah, Caravan of Courage was a nightmare.
You Van Damme that shit.
Oh my god, that was so bad. I'd rather watch Willow, the TV show, again than watch the Ewoks.
You can't even watch it.
Slow down.
I know I'll hunt it down, dude. I know there's a bootleg somewhere at a Comic-Con. $20 says we go to San Diego and we go to one of those video guys and we walk up. He'll have a copy of it sitting right there. I'll be like, I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna send it to each and every one of you guys.
I still have Caravan of Courage on VHS.
No, hey man, you know what though, dude? Like you said, there's this thing of some of those movies that are they're good. You know, they're your warm blanket. You know what I mean? Like you hear a certain phrase or like something that happens, and you're like, okay, I know this is bad, but this is fucking, oh, I feel like a
I
kid
wouldn't
again.
go to the warm blanket. I'd go to like the fuzzy socks. That's what they are.
And my socks are awesome, so I get what you're saying about that. So fuck
Your
it.
socks are all stuck together.
No, those are the ones I keep in my drawer. Those are the ones that keep in my drawer, not on my feet, dude. Okay, I keep those away from people, and they're starting to turn different colors. So I got to get new ones.
Oh, it sounds like he's walking on a bed of leaves.
No, the other one I was thinking of making you guys watch was Gleaming the Cube. Like, I really want you guys to watch that thing, and it's on YouTube and shit. But I'll save that for another day because I know you're going to be like, "Oh my god!" Be like, this Gleaming the Cube is going to be my Ewoks movie to you guys. Like, because it's worse than Rad. Rad is amazing. Rad is amazing.
I got so many I want to do. I want to do Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah,
but that's a great one.
Yes.
That's a great one.
Yes.
Attack the killer tomato.
Attack.
Tomatoes. I remember watching that with my dad when I was little.
I still remember when the cartoon came out and
Yeah.
they put out the toys, and I remember going like when I'd seen the movie, I go, they made fucking toys of this thing? Like, what the? I literally almost bought them because I was looking at them going like, this is awesome. Dude's like
It was like
mad
during the
balls.
time of like the real Ghostbusters cartoon and stuff like that.
Oh, I had all those too. I had every one of those things, and I had the little thing you could spin and make the fucking proton pack shoot the thing out and stuff, dude. Awesome. I have an Ecto 1 back there somewhere.
Very cool.
Nice. All right. It's 11 o'clock. It was fun talking shit with you guys. And I think it's what, 1 over there?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
1 o'clock for us.
1 o'clock in
Get some
Nashville.
sleep,
11
guys.
o'clock here. Get some sleepy sleep. Got to get that beauty sleep, Josh. You can wake up in 2 weeks.
Frozen.
Oh man.
Dun.
Couple more weeks for Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
See how it goes. I gotta see if I can get in or not.
Comic-Con is a mausoleum, boys. You gotta face the facts.
We're missing Knoxville too. Unfortunately, it's our second birthday. So we missed that one, but
I wouldn't really say I'm missing it, Bob.
All right, Fuzzy. Hey, thanks again to Comic Lizard, JD Geek, Make Havoc, Comic Zombie, and Fuzzy as always. I'll make the Grateful Collection connection. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
good night.
See you next
Peace.
Monday.
Good night, everybody.
Popeye's grease. Woo!
Peace out.
Woo!